Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's 9 o'clock on the 3rd of January, 2023. This was again from yesterday. I didn't do a weather update yesterday because I just couldn't. Some days I'm not gonna do it every day. I just can't handle it. But this is what it looked like yesterday. Today we didn't have any blue sky at all. Yesterday was broken clouds. Today we were just socked in the overcast with showers, with rain showers around for a good part of the day. Right in the middle of the day, there was a batch that came through. We're in a break now, but more coming for later. Looking at the radar, you see this next area that will be coming through and affecting us later on in the overnight hours. We have this warm front that's kind of draped over us. If we were to look at the underground site, you'll see here that we can load it. It doesn't want to load. All right, you don't want to load? That's fine. We'll use this other site. Let's go take a look at what we've got. And you'll see there's sort of a warm front around. See somewhat warmer temperatures off to the south. And that is the warm front that is, going to try to move through tonight. And probably will wind up making it through. You can see it's definitely damp. I already feel it being pretty warm out there already. Damp, humid conditions out there. Temperatures generally in the upper 40s to low 50s across Long Island. Jersey and more like in mid 50s. It is cooler on the South Shore, though. We have upper 40s on the South Shore. I felt the difference when I got back to Minneapolis. It was a lot warmer here, for sure. So let's take a look and see how much rainfall we got today. First of all, probably wasn't all that much, but we'll take a look and then we'll go over the monthly statistics because I don't want to forget that. So let's see how much rainfall we got. Yeah, nothing that notable. Anywhere between a quarter to a half an inch of rain. So let's go to the climate statistics for hopefully they have them now. They should have them. All right. So let's go take a look at the month of December 2022 at Islip. So here we go. This is the month of December. So we were actually managed to be at normal, it looks like. So we actually we were actually only 0.3 degrees below normal for the month of. The only reason why it's not above normal is because of that cold Arctic outbreak. But you can see here, the average maximum high at Islip was 44.7, normal 44.4, the average minimum 29, the actual minimum, average minimum is 29, and the normal is 29.8, and that gives us a mean of 36.8, and the normal mean is 37.1. So very, very close to average when you look at all the averages. As far as precipitation goes, we were above normal. 4.42 inches of rain. Not a record, but definitely. Actually, no, we were not above normal. Normal value is 4.71. Man, with all those rainy days, it sure felt like it. But I think when we scroll down to the days with precipitation, you'll see we had 11 days with light rain. So it's quite a bit. Quite a bit. So that's what it looked like at Islip for December. Now let's go and look at Central Park. And Central Park, the average mean was 44.2. The average maximum was 44.2. Normal 44.3. Average minimum 32.8. Normal 33.8. So the mean was 38.5. And the normal is 39.1. So a half a degree, roughly at 0.06 degrees below normal. Central Park got a lot more. For whatever reason, Islip didn't see that much. For whatever reason, Suffolk County got less rain. But here we go. Central Park, 5.83 inches of rain. The normal value is 4.38. So that's quite a bit above normal for rainfall. And again, we had a lot of rainy days. 14 rainy days out of the month, with 14 days of precipitation at Central Park. All right. Let's go look at Newark. Newark was 4.53. Forgive me. When did I get back in here and start sneezing? So let's just look at the mean for Newark, 38.3. Normal. So everybody was fairly close to normal as far as temperatures go. But definitely precipitation was above normal at some sites for the month. Sure. So And these were the highs for yesterday, by the way. 56 at Central Park, 59 at Newark, Bridgeport 50, and Islip 54. So they actually have a weather highlight for the so 2022 is a busy year. The image breaks down our annual climate report for our 6 climate sites are now officially released. So we actually have to look at the annual report too as well. So these are just some of the highlights of what happened here. The storm, the heat, the heat wave in early August, the Mattatuck tornado, some of the highlights. So let's go back to the climate, and they said that there is an annual report. So actually, I kind of want to see that too. So let's go back to the climate thing, and we'll see if we can find the annual. I don't know if they have an annual report. I don't see it here. I don't know where that is. Don't know where the annual report is. That I don't know. I'm not going to go on a witch hunt for it either. I don't see the annual report here. So, I don't know. They say the annual report is that. Maybe it's here? I don't see it. I don't see an annual report. So, whatever. If somebody could tell me where that is, that would be good. But I don't feel like really looking for it now. I would love to see the annual report, though. But I guess we'll talk about that another day because I can't find it, and I'm not going to look for it in this weather update. So let's get to what we're going to have to deal with because we're still out of the woods with this storm yet. And you see here's the low. And it's very slow moving, so we're going to be dealing with those rain chances. Though I don't think we'll be seeing too much rain tomorrow. It'll be more into tomorrow night, the next batch, and then Thursday should actually maybe be a dry day before we have another chance for showers on Friday. And then for Saturday, we should be good, but we have a storm passing to the south that should not affect us except bring clouds. And then Sunday, you can see we have the fair weather, but no really big Arctic outbreaks in this scheme. For next week, we have another big weird blocking scenario with the high over New England and a low. This will have to be watched because this looks like a real monster storm here that the GFS is predicting. It does keep it offshore, but it almost looks tropical in nature. That looks like a tropical system. Could that be a trop? Wouldn't it be interesting if we could get a hurricane to form in January? Wouldn't it be interesting? This is sort of tropical. I'm going to want to look at that. All right. Even though I know that's a ways off, it's got a tropical look to it. So let's go to the HRRR right now. So here's the HRRR, and you will see here that we have some showers around overnight. You see that. But then by and large, tomorrow we shouldn't really be doing too much rain. A very widely scattered shower, maybe in the evening, maybe around like 7 o'clock or so, 7, 8 o'clock, and then that moves out. And then for Thursday, it will be dry. It looks like it's going to try to keep it dry at least for a good part of the day. And then our next chance would not be until Friday. So this is what the HRRR seems to think. But let me show you what's going to happen with the temperatures because they're going to be on their way up. You can probably feel it already tonight. 2 points in temperature, so you can see we actually almost have like a westerly wind tomorrow. So that, almost a south. You notice that more of a westerly component there? If that sets up, we may get above 60 on Long Island if that sets up. Jersey will probably be close to 70, I have a feeling. But I think if we have that westerly wind, obviously the South Shore will be cooler. But that, and then it looks like there's a sea breeze going on in the afternoon. Yeah, I know, it's just crazy stuff. You can see the 2 points drop along the shore. That's a sea breeze, believe it or not, I think. You can see, look at how high these dew points are. I'm just looking at dew points. I'm not even looking at temperatures. So this is just dew points. Like, see how humid it's going to be tomorrow? It's going to be really humid. All right, dew points into the 50s. Dew points possibly above 60 in New Jersey. All right, so this is quite a lot of warm, humid air that we're going to have to deal with. And there could be a thunderstorm tomorrow night as a result. Then we have this drier push of air as a weak cold front comes through, shift the winds off to the northwest. The dew points drop as we head into Thursday, and that'll keep the rain chances away. We may even see some sunshine for that day. And we have interesting wind field here. You have like an east wind over Long Island, but then a northwest or west wind over New Jersey, which might lend to more clearing skies over New Jersey on Thursday versus Friday. Yeah, I was just looking at the dew points. I was like, oh, these are just dew points. Let's go to the temperatures. Look at this. So tomorrow, Tomorrow, I think Jersey gets into the 70s, and I think we're gonna roast. We're gonna get into the 60s tomorrow. It's gonna be very warm, and I think we could see some records broken tomorrow. Perhaps tomorrow could be a record warm day. Definitely leave the jacket at home. It's gonna feel like early September. With these warm temperatures. And then you can see that sea breeze come in the later afternoon, dropping temperatures to the 50s. Again, South Shore will be the place to be, as it always is if you don't like the heat like me. It's going to be pretty warm tomorrow. And then you'll see, again, that heat kind of lingers in Jersey overnight. And you can see it kind of gets pushed away Thursday morning. And this is the cooler air that comes in. And for Thursday, Long Island may only be in the mid to upper 40s. Jersey may only be around 50 degrees. You can almost see it looks like there's a backdoor front over here that's trying to. So this is again, this is one model's opinion here of what's going to happen. But this model, I mean, this front just got a lot warmer, just a lot warmer for sure. So when you see dew points rising close to 60 degrees, temperatures are going to get well above that. That is quite warm for tomorrow. So expect a warm, humid day tomorrow. It's going to be pretty uncomfortable out there. So let's now go and look at the being that we have such warmth. Let me check a couple of other models here. I'm going to go to the NAM next, and we're going to look and see what the NAM has to say for precipitation chances. We do have the 0Z out to 30 hours, so we will use that. So tomorrow, it's not really showing a whole lot of rain chances until we get toward the evening hours, and then it shows a period of rain coming through around 5 o'clock or so, and then it'll probably linger around to like 8 o'clock or so. It could linger around a little longer. This is the NAM, so it's a little, it might linger around a little longer. But yeah, it looks like the NAM is being a little more aggressive with this feature versus the HRRR. If you take a look, this is the NAM, and then the HRRR, a lot less aggressive with it. It doesn't really put it in the same spot, but you can see the NAM is a lot more aggressive with this feature. We'll have to see what happens, because this is like almost like a dry boundary, or a boundary as the dry air tries to come in there. Maybe some lift in the atmosphere. And like I said, I wouldn't rule out the possibility of a thunderstorm as a result. And I'm sure when we look at total accumulated precip numbers on this, if we look at total accumulated precip on the HRRR, it doesn't really show much. But if we go to the NAM, yeah, it shows a lot more. It shows up to maybe a half an inch, depending on where these showers or thunderstorms. So the NAM seems to think there might be more of a bet of evening thunderstorms tomorrow, showers. Those look like thunderstorms to me, and with such warm, humid conditions, it would not surprise me if we saw some thunderstorms tomorrow night in January, which is pretty darn crazy. So now that we've reviewed all that stuff, let's go beyond into Friday here. And in order to do that, we will go and look at the GFS. Now we have the 18 ZGF. Do we have enough of the FE3? No, that's not going to take us any. It's not going to take us. So I have to use the regular GFS just to show you that we will have a chance for rain on Friday. But again, it's not going to be a huge chance. It's just this next low pressure center coming through. It was going to form a storm offshore, but that's not going to happen. And then for Saturday, we'll probably have clouds due to the storm system passing the south. It might actually bring some snow to parts of Virginia, northern western Virginia, and West Virginia. But other than that, we should be dry. So we won't have to worry about that. And temperatures, we'll show you the temperatures here, and you'll see that they will get cooler for Friday. We'll have temperatures probably 45 to 50, still above normal. And then as we get to Saturday, we'll have highs in the mid-40s. It gets a little colder progressively Sunday, mid-40s. And then by next week, we may have some more colder air come into the picture here. You see here, perhaps. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a little colder, maybe highs only around the freezing mark. So, yeah, it looks like some colder air coming in. But we're going to have to wait for that colder air to come on in. Right now, we're going to be dealing with this ridiculous warmth that we're going to be dealing with. So the other thing, take a look and see how our skies are going to look. Obviously, GFS, not even going to bother at this point this far out. So we can go to the RGEM. Look at the sky. So you can see the RGEM has some sunshine out tomorrow. It's got some sunshine, high clouds. The sky's probably going to have like a hazy look to it, just like summer. And then the clouds and the showers come in, like I said, around evening, dinner time. Then they move on out. And then Thursday is going to be kind of an interesting day because it's going to try to have some clear skies over New Jersey, just off to our west. Maybe some of that will make its way into Long Island because there's some drier air there that's trying to work its way in. But then the next disturbance moves through, it brings the clouds back for Friday. And then for Saturday, you see how it's working. We're going to have this cirrus to deal with, probably. So let's now go to the let's go to the cloud model here. FV3. I can use the FV3. Oh, we have very little of this. I can't use this. Let's just go to the regular GFS, I guess. So you can see here's what happens. He's at Drier trying to build them. You see Saturday starts off clear, clouds roll in, and maybe Sunday we can clear it on out. This is Sunday. Maybe Sunday we can clear it on out and have a sunny day. That's our next bet for a really nice, sunny, clear day. I don't think we're going to see it until then, because we're going to be dealing with all these clouds around. So let's go to the Ventu sky next, and I'm just going to look at the Cape for tomorrow and thunderstorm possibilities, and then we'll wrap this weather update up. But again, looking at the Ventu sky, which is the HRRR, you can see how warm it's going to get. And you can see how warm it is over Long Island. Everybody's in the 60s because it looks like we've got a west-southwest wind. So you've got to be right on the south shore to get that sea breeze where it'll be a lot cooler. So if you're on the south shore, it'll be a lot cooler. But you're going to have to be on the immediate south shore. And then eventually, as we get later on in the afternoon, the sea breeze will work its way in and temperatures will drop. But it's going to be pretty brutal if you're in the middle of the island, North Shore. It's, with the west wind, it's going to feel like you're in Jersey. Pretty much so. You can leave the jacket at home tomorrow. I don't think you're going to need it. And if you're in Jersey, you're probably going to go above 70 degrees. So, yeah, it's because it's showing more breaks in the clouds, I think you could see. Well, not this model, but there will be, I believe, some breaks in the clouds, and that's what's going to get us up there. And I can't even rule out a 70-degree reading on Long Island either. So tomorrow, possible record heat for tomorrow for sure. Let's look at the thunderstorm threat while we have this warm, humid air mass around. And you'll see not a whole lot of Cape here. But if we go to the lifted index, I have a feeling we'll have something on that. Yeah, we have some of that. Not that impressive, but the model's maybe underestimating this a little bit. We'll have to see what happens. You can see, look at it has a big section of it over New Jersey. We're going to have to see what happens because, again, there's lift in the atmosphere. You have this front coming through that's going to cause this lift. Let me go back to the tropical tidbits site here. And we can look at, I want to look at a couple of things here when it comes to instability for tomorrow. So go back to the HRRR model and look at evening time frame. That's when our best bet is, like right around this time. Let's see what this looks like here. Yeah, you got some good saturation all the way up. So you have some good moisture there. So I wouldn't rule out a thunderstorm or a downpour tomorrow night. I think that's a good possibility. The HRRR seems to be a little conservative with it, but given how juiced up the air mass is, I would not be surprised if we see some thunder and lightning tomorrow night with this ridiculously warm and humid air. But it shouldn't last long, hopefully. If there's a thunderstorm, maybe between 5, 6, 7 o'clock, hopefully it'll be done. And by 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, it won't linger around and it'll get itself out of here. We'll have to see what happens. Again, the HRRR and the NAM have a completely different look. And that's, of course, that's a big thing there. That's a big variation. But the NAM has other features that that this does not have, and that's why we want to look at this again. So if we look at this, FGen, it's not terribly impressive, but again, I think there's some instability there. We're going to have to watch for some thunderstorms for tomorrow night. Other than that, I think we will be dealing with a record warmth tomorrow. So expect record warmth tomorrow, and it's going to feel like May, and complete with humidity as well. So, and that's the thing is the humidity. That's what's really going to suck about it. I'll just go to the GFS and show you. Again, this will show you the dew points on here and how high they're going to get for tomorrow. And you see the GFS not quite as crazy as the HRRR, but dew points are going to get up there. It's going to feel humid, and yep, we're going to need to have the air conditioner going. So you can see here you go. It's going to be humid, and then finally we get rid of that humidity by Thursday. The dew points drop, and that's it. So we get done with the tar, and then that's it. We're not going to deal with any humidity for a while after that. We shouldn't have to deal with humidity at all in the winter, but again, this is the new normal with our climate. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Have a good night.